One of the reasons ancient Greek is so hard to translate is their word for beauty. As a translator of ancient Greek, specifically of Plato's Symposium, which features heavily the concept of beauty, I'm going to explain how. First things first, the adjective meaning beautiful in ancient Greek is kalos. That's the masculine form. Sometimes it's made into a substantive in the neuter form, to kalon, which you can think of as the concept of beauty. And those are the forms of the word that I'm going to be talking about, though there are others. Now, yes, kalos means beautiful, physically beautiful, but it also means morally beautiful or virtuous of an action or a person's character. It can be used to describe a noble birth or anything of good quality. The lexicon calls it fine. And I don't mean like, that's fine. I mean like, it's fine. The other thing is that this word will be used in all these different meanings, sometimes in the same paragraph. So you want to, as a translator, be true to the word and have it be translated as the same thing so that the English reader gets a sense of what it looked like in the Greek. But it's also not accurate to do that a lot of the time. Because ancient Greek could conceivably use the word kalos to say a good looking man from a good family with a good character. And it would be super weird to translate that into English as the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man. It wouldn't convey the same meaning. You may now be wondering if they conflated physical and moral beauty. And yes, they did. But this is where the concept of beauty in Plato's Symposium becomes really, really interesting, especially as is expressed through the person of Socrates, who is famously very physically ugly, and yet is the embodiment of true virtue, of true moral goodness and beauty. One of the subjects of Plato's Symposium is beauty itself, and how a person can come to contemplate it in its full beautifulness. And the way to do it is you go up this kind of ladder, and the lowest level of beauty is physical beauty. And the lover, or the desirer, or the person seeking beauty must learn that physical beauty is only a teeny, teeny, tiny portion of how much beauty there actually is. And a big part of the reason why is that it doesn't last very long. Once you get past physical beauty, you go into beauty of soul. And you're meant to realize that if you meet someone who is beautiful in soul, but they only have a tiny little bit, or maybe none, of physical beauty, that's actually way more valuable. A much closer representation to beauty itself. And the main feature of beauty that brings it closer and closer to absolute beauty is the degree to which it is immortal. So a beauty of soul would last a person's whole life, whereas beauty of body would only last for part of their life. The beauty of a poem or a beautiful composition or work of writing could last millennia, and therefore it's got a much greater share of beauty than anything that a person could have. So you see, beauty in ancient Greek is so rarely just beauty, especially when it comes to Plato. And follow if you want to learn more about what it's like to translate ancient Greek.